The NFC North is undeniably the strangest division in football. It sent 3 different teams to the playoffs in 2024, and in Week 17 of the 2025 NFL season, none of the teams in the division are in the same place they were last year. 4th rose to 1st, 1st fell to 4th, 2nd became 3rd, and 3rd became 2nd. But how did so much change occur in just one offseason? Well, to answer this question, you'd have to go back to 2024 to find out the differences between the 2 years. How did the Lions go from 5-12 to 8-7? How did the Bears become a top team in the league after going 5-12 just 1 year prior? Let's uncover the mystery of the NFC North. Starting at the bottom, the Detroit Lions were once one of the worst teams in the NFL. The last time the Lions had double-digit wins in a season before 2023 was 2014. Their offense was consistently terrible with an average offensive rank of 19.5 from 2015 to 2021. That's before Ben Johnson got promoted to offensive coordinator in 2022. Believe it or not, he was on the team since 2019, as the offensive quality control coach in 2019 and tight ends coach in 2020 and 2021. The year Dan Campbell got hired in 2021, the Lions went 3-13 and were 25th in the league offensively. But when Ben Johnson got promoted the next year, the offense exploded. They won 6 more games than the year prior, and the offensive rank shot up from 25th to 5th in the NFL. Ben Johnson and the Lions' success continued for 2 more years where the offense was one of the best the league had seen. Ben's creative play calling and dangerous run plays translated through the record as well, because in 2023 the Lions went 12-5, making the playoffs for the first time since 2016. And in 2024 they went 15-2, good enough for number 1 in the NFC North in a first-round bye. The future looked bright with young stars such as Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Aiden Hutchinson. The Lions were officially in Super Bowl talks. But one crucial thing changed in Detroit before the start of the 2025 season. Ben Johnson had moved on from the Lions to be a head coach for the division rival Chicago Bears. Many Lions fans had originally thought this wasn't going to affect the Lions' success as much as it ultimately did. They were losing many more close games they shouldn't be losing, and some of those losses come from Detroit's new play caller, Dan Campbell, going for it on 4th down way too much. They fell from 15-2 to 8-8 as of Week 17 and are eliminated from the 2025 NFL playoffs. In Minnesota, the past 2 years have been quite a ride. Kirk Cousins had been the Vikings QB1 for the past 6 years, and he's been giving them pretty great seasons, consistently leading them to 8, 10, and 13 win seasons. Midway through the 2023 NFL season, Kirk Cousins tore his right Achilles, causing him to miss significant time. He ended up leaving the team after that year, meaning the Vikings needed a quarterback, badly. With the 10th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Vikings selected J.J. McCarthy. Fans were more than hopeful since McCarthy had Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison to throw to. That was before he tore his meniscus in the preseason. J.J. McCarthy was out for the entire year. This was terrible news for Vikings fans, since they didn't have anyone to start at quarterback, except for former first-round pick and career backup Sam Darnold. He joined the team just that year, and he hadn't been a starter in a whole season. No one expected anything out of him. Fans were expecting maybe a 5, 6, or maybe 7 or 8 win season. But oh, no. Sam went nuclear, passing for 4,300 yards, 5th in the league, and 35 touchdowns. Head coach Kevin O'Connell won Coach of the Year, and the Vikings went 14-3, which, crazy enough, was only good enough for a wildcard game versus the Rams. They got blown out, and the Vikings made the wild decision to let Sam Darnold go in free agency. Unfortunately, the 2025 season has been a crazy one. Starting the season 1-1 with McCarthy, he suffered a high ankle sprain, causing him to miss 5 games. When he returned, they were 3-4. He only played 4 more games before suffering a concussion, causing him to miss Week 12 against the Seahawks, where Vikings backup Max Brosmer got annihilated 26-0. After falling to 4-8, they found a way to rally back, winning 4 in a row to rise to 8-8 and currently sit at 3rd in the NFC North. We'll see if J.J. McCarthy is a long-term solution for the Vikings in the future. Of these 4 teams, the Packers are the least changed from 2024 to present day. Last year, the Packers finished at an impressive 11-6 record, which was only good enough for the 7th seed because of how strong the NFC North was. A year 2, Jordan Love threw for 3,300 yards and 25 touchdowns. But this type of success was expected. See, the Packers are nothing like a historically terrible Lions team or a winningless Vikings franchise. The Packers have been all about franchise quarterbacks, and it shows. Jordan Love is their 3rd quarterback in 33 years. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers have gotten Packers fans used to 11, 12, and 13-win seasons every year. And Jordan Love so far hasn't disappointed with his production, starting the 2025 season 5-1-1, holding the NFC North top spot for most of the year until a certain team came out of nowhere and stole it. The Packers have definitely cooled off a little since then, sitting at 9-6-1 at the time of this recording. They have officially clinched a playoff berth for the third year in a row. They've played very well, but couldn't quite gain the top spot this year. The Chicago Bears have been plagued with terrible quarterback play and even worse coaching since their Super Bowl run in 1985. They're the only team in NFL history to not have a 4,000-yard passer in their franchise's entire history, and have been rocking 5 different quarterbacks since 2010. And to think, the Packers have only had 3 in over 3 decades. So who possibly could fix this huge mess of a franchise? 2 men. 1, Ryan Poles, the general manager who drafted Caleb Williams, and 2, Ben Johnson, the man who changed the Bears single-handedly with his genius play calling and culture building. Remember how Ben Johnson changed the offense in Detroit instantly? Well, the Bears went from 28th in 2024 to 10th offensively under Ben Johnson. The run game is basically unstoppable, and Caleb Williams has passed for 3,400 yards and 23 touchdowns with 2 games to go. He almost certainly won't reach 4,000 passing yards, but he did give the Bears their first division title since 2018, sitting at 11-4. Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams have done a phenomenal job considering the Bears went 5-12 in 2024, an utter train wreck of a season ridden with bad coaching and terrible O-line play. They surprisingly started 4-2 that year, but ended up losing 10 in a row, including a loss on Thanksgiving to the Lions, which ended in the firing of Matt Eberflus. It might have sucked then, but as a Bears fan, that was the single greatest thing that could have happened that day, because now we have the best head coach any Bears fan could have asked for, and went from last to first.